Okay, so okay, I'll actually start, and if you want to join in, feel free to jump on Zoom. But yes, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. Okay, first of all, welcome back to the BCG meeting, and today we're gonna go over like how to pretty much create a client proposal. So I'm not gonna go. It's not gonna be like a full-on tutorial because obviously everyone here they have a different type of business, and my process will probably be different to yours. But I'll just share with you mine how I would do it, and hopefully you get some value out of it too. Yeah. So here's the plan for today. So I'm gonna quickly just go over what a proposal is, and like why you should have a proposal, and like so pretty much the contents, the structure, and then I'm gonna share with you my example of a proposal that I did for two of my clients, and also after I'm gonna share with you how you can like create a proposal on Canva. Yes, it's gonna be very simple. It's not obviously a detailed masterclass, but it's just a very overview today. Yeah. Okay, so before I go ahead, I'm going to check if anyone's here. Nope. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Okay, so first of all, what are client proposals? So let me give you a definition. So it's pretty much a piece of document that outlines everything that you propose to do for the client. Yeah, so it's exactly like a game plan or like a plan. So what are you going to do if the client decides to work with you? It's simple as that. This is literally the definition. There's no other way to describe it. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, a few things you need to think about with a proposal is that the whole purpose is to develop confidence in the client about you and your business. Yeah. So why you put in the proposal needs to increase trust in your business for the client. Yeah. Because if so like it needs to be very clear, as well as like if the customer is confused like after reading the proposal, that's not a good sign, because in reality a customer that's confused will always say no. Yeah. So yeah, that's the focus, is to increase credibility and trust. Another thing you need to worry about, not worry about, but like things you need to consider is that like how the proposal is structured and what it looks like is very important, because if it's not like if it's not like properly presented, it also represents yourself, your business. Yeah. If for example, if it's like a generic, I don't know, proposal created on WordPress, this like it's like a lot of typos, like not very visually attractive, like that's not a good impression. And honestly, like if you want to charge like I don't know, more than $1,000 worth of client projects, you need to really present it well. Because like my experience, like when you charge like 4 to 5K client projects, it will require more like what's called it needs to be more professional. Yeah. And thing is, no one's gonna pay you 10,000 if the proposal's like looks bad. Yeah. And it doesn't have exactly what they need to know. Yeah. So yeah, appearance really does matter. So after I go through this small presentation, I'm going to go on Canva and show you how you can create a client proposal. Yeah. Like so it's more in design wise and content wise. Yeah. So it's very simple. Yeah. Yeah. So you need to consider about the appearance. So the fourth thing you need to consider is that so this is my approach, which is technically going on the middle path, which is you should not put too much content or little content. It needs to be in the middle. Yeah. So when you look at my proposal like examples, you know that it doesn't have too much stuff, because everything the client needs to know and read. Yeah, because the last thing you want is the proposal to be like a full-on 100-page document. Like no one has time for that. And business people, they tend to take decisions very fast, and it's very important to like make every part of your business like client process has to be very smooth and direct to the point. Yeah. And like the last thing you want is to, like, for example, you don't want to spend too much time on a consulting call as well as sending it like a big like client proposal. Yeah. So it has to be very strategic and minimal, as well as it contains everything essential. Yeah. So yeah, so if I'll like, it'll make more sense when I send you share with you guys like example of a client proposal that worked with me, and I was able to close them for a like a four figure contract. But anyway, so the last thing you have to do, last thing I would like to share is that once the client asks for a quotation or after a sales call, you need to send the proposal as soon as possible. And some people say, oh, I'll do it like, I don't know, tomorrow. But thing is, if you do that kind of thing, the client's going to be gone. Someone else is going to take their place, like take their project. Yeah. So this is what I do. If a client like asks me a quote, I do it as soon as possible, like in the next 1 hour. Like I know people's lives are busy, but in business, you have to be very what's it called? Like you have to take immediate action. Yeah. Because clients, like, they take decisions very fast. Yeah. So it's important to show that you like being prompt and like taking what's it called, taking your time to send the proposal as soon as possible, like, is a good sign for them. Yeah, that shows that they've that you really want to work with them, and like it shows that you will do the work properly and in a timely manner. Yeah. So yeah, I think, yeah, you should definitely send the proposal as soon as possible. Like, for example, if I have a call at 9 a.m. with the clients, a few hours later, I'll send the proposal. So normally to send a proposal, it will take less than 3 hours. But that's why it's important to have a template. Yeah. So I think that before you even work with clients, I think it's important to like develop a proposal template. So once you have a sales call with the clients, you have a template to fill in and send. Yeah. So you should at least, like, I recommend to send the proposal within, like, at least within 3 hours after the sales call or interaction with the clients. Yeah, as soon as possible. Yeah, because yeah, if you do things fast, it's a good impression. Yeah. So those are the few things I would like to share. I mean, there's so much things to share about client proposals, but I'm just going to share with you what's important. Yeah. But anyway, moving on, I just quickly check if anyone's here. Okay. If you guys probably haven't noticed, I cut my hair. Yeah, and it feels more free. Yeah, before it was very long, but yeah, and I feel like a different person too. But anyway, okay, moving on. Let's go back to my slides. Okay, so here are the recommended contents. So what you should put in a proposal. So it's gonna be very brief. I'm not gonna go too much, but if you want like more assistance, you can obviously Google or send me a message. Yeah, I can tell you like what kind, like, examples of each. But yeah, so here are the few things. There's obviously more to do. It depends on your business, but here's why I totally recommend that, which are essential. Yeah. So like I said before, everyone's business proposal may vary, depends on the type of business, if it's a product or right, not product, more like service business, but like the following must be like, they are absolutely essential. So the first one is about the business. So overview. So you need to tell, like, so obviously, this probably is okay. So the first time a client contacts you is probably, like, you probably had a call with them or they send you an email. Yeah. So it's important to like, even if you had a call with them, it's important to like share a few information about your business and you. Yeah. So like a very small overview of the business. So what kind of business you are, when do you start, who do you help, that sort of thing. So it shouldn't be too much, at least 1 to 2 pages about the business. Yeah. And yeah, so I'll share with you an example when I do the Canva tutorial. Yeah, so that's the first part. So the second thing you should definitely include is the actual project process. So the scope. So what are you going to do for the clients? So how are you going to do it? And yeah, for example, if it's a website design project, you need to explain so like the process. For example, after scheduling a call with the client, and then the client accepts working with you, you need to tell them, okay, there's going to be an onboarding process. So for example, you need to pay for the invoice, and then we're going to schedule another call. And after that, so in that call, we are going to create a structure for the website. And then after that, we're going to finalize the design and that sort of thing. So everything, like exactly everything you're going to do for the project. Yeah. And that's just going to like technically you're going to be in the same page as the client. Yeah. And what the client needs is clarity. If they're confused, that's not a good idea. Like not a good situation. Yeah. So it's important that the client knows exactly what's going to happen when they work with you, because confidence really is everything. If they're not confident, that's a bad sign. Yeah. So it's important to like you can just include diagrams. Like for example, day one, this task, day two, this task. Yeah. So you need to really map out the process and like what exactly you're going to do with the client. Yeah. So I'll obviously give you a proper example in the Canva tutorial. But yeah, so that's with the project process. So the third thing you need to do, like to cover, is the objectives and goals. So so for example, if your client is a not-for-profit organization and they want to increase marketing, it's probably important to include that in the proposal, saying, so the goal is to increase marketing. This is what we're going to do to increase marketing and build a digital presence on Facebook or whatever. Yeah. So you need to clearly outline the goals and objectives. Yeah. So the more attention to detail you are, the better, really, honestly. Yeah. So you need to, and when you include these kind of things, it just shows that you're very invested in a project and you want to help solve their business problems. Yeah. So yeah, that's really important. And unfortunately, although I'm recommending these contents, I haven't done it, but I feel like these are going to be very important when I'm charging like 5K client projects. Yeah. So it can't. So the current like proposals I have sent, they're good for 4-figure contracts, but probably not 5 figures, because it's a different level. Yeah, like for example, for $5 projects, you don't need a proposal. Like they just pay the invoice and that's it. But for 4-figure, you need to have like enough content for them to say yes. But yeah, so that's the objectives and goals. So the fourth thing you should obviously include is the project deliverables, which is similar to the project process, but project deliverables list exactly what you'll do for the clients. For example, website design, poster design, merchandise design, like exactly what the client will get. Yeah. So the end results. Yeah. And you could also include, like, for example, so after we do the websites, you're going to have a fully optimized website that's going to attract clients and convert like new traffic, like whatever. Yeah. So it's important to list out exactly what they'll get. Yeah. Because you can't just say, oh, it's website design, but you need to be very detailed, like what exactly is included in your website design. So it does it include domain name registration, SEO, like that sort of thing, like everything, every detail. Yeah. So after the project deliverables, you need to include client testimonials and case studies. Oh, by the way, this is not in it's not in order, but yeah, I didn't bother putting in order because it really depends on the person. But generally, about the business is usually the first thing. But anyway, yeah. So back to the client's testimonials and case studies. So So obviously this is very important. Like you could say, oh, this is a project, this is what you'll get, whatever. But if there's nothing to back it up, your claims and um, for your service, it's useless. Yeah. So it's important to put client testimonials and case studies. Like for example, for example, you can put a picture of your past clients, the name, what their goals were, what exactly you did, and yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. And yeah, and obviously what the client has said about your business. Yeah. So that's really important. Yeah, actually. And I mean, they can check Google, but it's good to have that within the proposal. Yeah, especially if you're charging high ticket pricing. And then the last thing, I mean, there are of course many things you need to include, but the one of the most obviously important one essentially is obviously the quotation. Like, how much are you going to charge for the project? So you need to, like, if you sell one service, obviously you're going to include one pricing for one service. But if you offer like several packages and options, you need to be detailed and make it very clear. Like, have a diagram. Like, it needs to be very clear. Like, if you offer a lot of services, probably the proposal is going to be a bit longer, because you shouldn't like put all the content in one page. It needs to be very nicely laid out. Yeah. And yeah, so pricing, any options, you need to also include like the payment process. Like, will it be on Stripe? Will it be on PayPal? Like, will there be a deposit? Like that sort of thing. And like cancellation, contracts, like when will the contract be intact? That sort of thing. Yeah. So obviously there's so much things to include, but yeah, these are the obviously essential ones. And yeah, so that's technically the recommended content. So what exactly you'll put in the proposal. Let me quickly stop and see if anyone's here. Nope. Okay. All good. Okay, moving on. Okay, yeah. So just want to put a bit of a disclaimer. But like, so the proposal is very important, but that's just one part, like one part of the closing process. Like, there's always many steps before you get a yes from your client. Yeah. So I'll share with you exactly what I mean. So with my past client proposals, so here's my I think, okay, so this is probably my second 1K clients. Okay, so I'll just quickly tell you how I found out about her. So on Facebook, this is Australian Facebook group where someone was asking how much do you normally charge for, how much does it usually cost for a website design project? And people obviously sending commenting like how much it costs, as well as promoting their like design services. So what I did was I commented like saying it's around $1,000-$3,000. Yeah, so I gave a bracket, and then after that I've sent her a direct message. Yeah, but what's different with this message is that normally I would send like text, but I decided to change my approach, which I think is very effective. Is I would say I would like obviously it was very non-salesy. I say, oh, hi, nice to meet you. But first of all, tell me more about your business and what your goals are. And then she responded, and I think she kind of paced her response because I think many people were messaging her. And then like she shared her website URL. She said she wanted to update with her website. And what I did different was I sent her audio message. Yeah, it was a very full-on personalized message. It was also a bit of a website audit in the sense that I said I went through her website. It looks great. What I recommend is that it needs to have a better structure to increase conversions, that sort of thing. Yeah, so it's very personal. I also phrased her business, that sort of thing. Yeah, so I think that's a really big step for the proposal to be like approved. Yeah, because that is the foundations. So after that, she obviously, I think she really appreciated the audio, because that is probably what differentiated me to other prospects. And then, and I think in the audio, I asked her when she's free to have a call, like have a conversation. And then she told me the day, and then we scheduled a call, and we had the call. I think that lasted probably less than 30 minutes. And like she was actually a great client because she knows exactly what she wants, and she's not gonna bother DIY it. Yeah. So the call was very good. I was I was confident. I made her comfortable. I answered her questions and everything. Yeah, so it went really well. And I did not give the quotation on the call. I said, so after the call, like once I identified her problems, a bit about the project, I said, after the call, I'll send you the proposal. And yeah, so she was happy with that. And after the call, I think probably within 3 hours after the call, I sent the proposal. And yeah, so I will share with you what was the proposal. So yeah, so after the call, this is what I sent. Let's quickly zoom in. So this is before I changed my business name. I changed my business name like probably 4 times. But anyway, so my previous business name was Cassie Design, which means lavender design in Latin. But anyway, so I've sent a PDF version of the proposal. And then, but I also, so I said, dear blah, blah, attached to this email is the code for your Weebly website redesign. I also recorded a video going through the code for you, which you can view which can view below under 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's important to have, if you're ever going to send a video, it's good to make it under 5 minutes, not 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a bit too much. But I was like, let me try this. So I technically I may have sent the video on Loom. Yeah. And the best thing about Loom is that it tells you if someone viewed the file, like they viewed the video, and they send you an email. So she viewed the video, fortunately. Yeah. And they said, looking forward to hearing from you. Can't realize Dointa. Yeah. So that's the email I sent the proposal to. Yeah. So in this video, I simply go through the proposal with her. Like I recorded my voice and I go through the proposal with her, like share my screen, etc. Yeah. So short and sweet. So let me share with you the actual proposal. So this is example number 1. Okay. So here's the proposal. Obviously, there are things that I would like to change, but the funny thing is, it's not exactly the contents that I mentioned in the previously. Yeah, but it obviously works. So I thought I'd just share with you this anyway. Yeah. So this is some examples of my work. So this is page number 1, page number 2. So example of a website, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the 6th page is the actual quotation. So let me go this with you. So obviously I put my business name, example of website I did previously, and then I obviously include the package and the deliverables. So I only include deliverables and the pricing. So back then I charged $899, which is around 1,239 Australian dollars. Yeah. So this is exactly the deliverables, very short and sweet. So as you can see here, I think the reason why the client decided to go with me is that it's very clear. Like it wasn't like an information overload. Like she knows exactly what she's going to get out of it, and she made a decision that was very effortless. Yeah. So this is exactly the deliverables, and at the end, the last page, I included a frequently asked questions. Yeah, I think also this is another thing I forgot to put in the contents, the recommended contents page in the presentation, but here are some of the things. So definitely, like when you, before a client works with you, they're probably like asking questions internally, and it's good to address them in the proposal. So the first question is, what is the project duration? So I obviously simply explained 1 to 3 weeks. The second question would be, I would like to work with you. What are the next steps? So this is technically the project process, but it's very short and sweet. Yeah. So exactly what are we going to do in the project? And the last section I included is, how does payment work? Yeah. So I said most of our client invoices are by Stripe, and then we can accept payments by PayPal or bank transfer. And she was happy with Stripe, so the payment went through. Unfortunately, I didn't do a contract. I like it's weird because I've been in business for 3 years and I still haven't sent a contract ever. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks I just fix up my processes, including contracts, so I can do it properly. But yeah, so that's a few information about payments, and that's literally it. So that's my proposal. This is my second 1K client. Yeah. And the funny thing is, the first 1K client is even simpler than this. Yeah. So obviously this works, but of course there's ways, like if I want to charge $10,000 for a website design project, I need more than this. Yeah. The structure needs to change. Yeah. So the higher the price you charge, the more explanation and justification you need. Yeah. Just like I said before, for $5 projects, you don't need a proposal. They just pay you because it's like very low investment and low risk. But with a high risk investment, obviously you need to have like an explanation. Explain through the process. Is this money gonna be a good investment? Yeah, that's that is what they're gonna think. Yeah. So that's the proposal for the first second 1K clients. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. If you're here, let me know. Oops. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I closed I don't want you guys to see my desktop because it's messy. Let me find my file. Okay, let me go back. So yeah, so that was the so that was example one. That was the email the email that says, oops. Oh, great. Let me go back and share my screen. Okay. So that's example number one. Yeah, so let me quickly go through it. So obviously I sent her a DM, then we had a sales call, then I sent the proposal, and she went ahead with me. Yeah, short and sweet. Yeah. So although this sounds very simple, like you shouldn't underestimate the amount of work you need to do for all the steps. Like your DM, it needs to be non-salesy, and you need to say what's necessary. Yeah. And in the sales call, same principles. You need to be non-salesy. You have to position yourself as an expert and listen to clients, understand their solutions, and don't come across as a desperate person. Because no one honestly likes desperate people. Unfortunately, last Friday, I had a call with the prospects, and I think I was so excited about the project, and it was going to be like a high ticket project too. So I was very excited, and unfortunately, the client doesn't seem to like it. Like, I think she's the type of person who wants the business to chase her more than no, she wants a business that doesn't really like is a bit like, I don't know what's the word, like, oh, I don't need you, like that sort of kind of attitude. They don't want someone who's very enthusiastic to work with it. She wants someone um who's like, I don't know, who is not really like excited to work with it. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird psychology. Like she wants to chase the business rather than the business to chase her. Like, I'm not sure if that even makes sense, but yeah. So unfortunately, it didn't go ahead. The project didn't go ahead. But yeah. So desperate vibes is not a good idea. Yeah. So make sure the sales call has to be like, you need to position yourself as an authority and like someone who's like an expert. And by doing so, for you to do that, you need to be like, just not come across as desperate. Just like say what's necessary, ask questions, that sort of thing. Yeah. So the sales call is very important. Yeah. And the reason why I closed that client is because of my body language, what I said, etc. Yeah. And then because of, I think the sales call is a big determinant of her deciding to say yes to my proposal. Is because I said the foundations really well. Yeah. So like I said before, proposal is just, that's not the only thing that is important. The whole process is important. Yeah. because the proposal is just one step of the closing process. Yeah, so that's example number one. Let's move on to example two. So let me quickly go through this. So, okay. So just to keep notes, I found these clients on Facebook. So for people who think, oh, I can't find 1K clients on Facebook, that's wrong. There is definitely a 1K clients in Facebook. You just need to be patient, and there's a strategy to do it. But anyway, so on Facebook, on a Facebook group, it was a female entrepreneur group. Someone asked free resources to upgrade her branding. And so when I commented on her post, I wasn't thinking that she would be a client. I just helped her. I commented saying, oh, hi, oh, that's great. If you want, I offer a free brand strategy workshop. If you need it, let me know. We can schedule that this week or whatever. And she was interesting because obviously it was free, and that's exactly what she needed, like clarity on her branding. And then so after I commented on her, I sent her a direct message, and she was interested. And then we scheduled a call. And in that call, I did not advertise or promote anything about my business. The focus was to just help her. Yeah, so I helped her, no salesy, did not advertise my website design business, whatever. Yeah, so after I had the call with her, I asked her to write a review on my Google page. And I also invited her to my Facebook group where I teach how to design an attractive website. And yeah, so it was technically the website masterclass. Unfortunately, I deleted that Facebook group. I don't know why I did it. It was a very impulsive decision, but yeah, so I'm invited to a Facebook group, and I was consistently posting about website design and how to improve websites. Yeah, so I position myself as an expert in website design. So obviously she was DIYing her website, and then she needed some help with her website. She had some questions, and obviously because she was in my Facebook group, she knew that I was good at websites. So she messaged me and asked for a website audit. Yeah, so technically go through a website and give her feedback. Yeah, so for that, I mean, I could have charged her like $100, but I didn't, like for 1 hour. But I charged her $50 because I was like, it's probably the first time I did a consulting call. Yeah, so I didn't want to charge her too much. So I said, okay, $50. I mean, that's still great. And then yes, she obviously paid for it. Just like the free brand fundamentals workshop, it was full on value, like no advertisement, just full on helping her out. Yeah, so after that, so in this paid website audit, I technically helped her how to design a website, like the structure, what to include in the website. And like she was so super excited because she now has like a roadmap to follow. Yeah, so after the call, she tried to like DIY a website and realized how hard it is to design a website. So she sent me a message saying, like she told me her situation, saying, oh, it was very hard. And then she said, so how much do you charge for website design? Yeah. And then that's when I sent the most simplest proposal I've sent. And then I think, so she obviously said yes, but the reason why it was very easy for her to say yes is because of the foundations here. I obviously helped her free in the beginning. I positioned myself as an expert. I helped her before. So we developed a relationship. And then, so this call was in January. And then when she paid for my service, it was in May. So it was like a 5-month relationship. So if you can replicate this to prospects, you could easily close people. Yeah. And of course, it's hard, as in like it requires to do work, but it works. Yeah. So as you can see, the proposal is not just one step of the closing process. There's foundations. Yeah. So it's important to make sure you perfect every stage so that the client approves the process, your project. Yeah. So that's the second one. And let me share with you the actual proposal. So I only sent her 1-page proposal, which was very simply like, so this is the message she sent. She said, oh, I have to ask, what would you charge to put a website together with me? So I sent her this on the Facebook page inbox, which sent me the website package. So it's very similar to, let me find it. It's very simple. It's the same as the one I sent previously. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I can't find it. Let me just quickly find it, see if I can find it. Okay, I can't find it, but so it was technically one page. So the website design package, the deliverables, and the pricing. That was it. And then because of the foundations that I built before, which is obviously the free brand fundamentals workshop, invitation to Facebook group, paid website audit, etc. She obviously said yes because she knows exactly, like she knows that I can do the work. I helped her. I gave her the structure because I know her business well. I can do it easily. Yeah. So obviously she said yes. Yeah. It was, and she actually ended up being not only the first client, the first 1K client for website design, but also she's the most valuable customer ever. Like she like helped me a lot with my business, like gave me great advice, and I'm currently actually doing another redesign with her website. Yeah, so yeah, so that's example number 2.